What's up, guys? Toyinsanity here with 3 of the new Imaginext Scooby-Doo packs. These just hit stores. We got Daphne and Mr. Hyde. We got Hiding Scooby-Doo and the Funland Robot. His name's Charlie. I'm not sure why they didn't write Charlie on here. We got Velma and the Snow Ghost. Let's look at the back of one of these real quick to show you the other playsets. The big playset is, well, let's see. You get Scooby and you get Minor 49er, which is a character, which is the villain from the second live-action movie, Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, which came out in 2004. The Mystery Machine. You don't get a villain. I think this was kind of an oversight. You get Fred and Scooby, probably the exact same Scooby as the large structural playset. It's very weird. No villain at all. I think they kind of dropped the ball there. And then there's 2 other vehicles. So you get Shaggy in this hot dog wagon, which comes with the Mummy, which of course is Dr. Najib from the 1969 episode Scooby-Doo and a Mummy 2. Not sure if there was a hot dog cart in that episode. And then this is the ocean boat, which it took me a minute to realize what this villain is from. It's a 2011 episode called The Siren Story. And there were these villains that there was a guy named Ernesto who doesn't quite look like the guy there under that mask, because Ernesto looks exactly like Che Guevara, but he looks like one of the henchmen. And these guys dressed up as the fish freaks to do their villainous activity. And then we have the other 3 packs that we're going to open right now. Again, I'm just let down. I am kind of let down. They did another mummy. They have a whole series right now of mummies. I get maybe this is an effort to cross over. There's so many iconic villains in Scooby-Doo. To do a generic mummy, and then to do, I don't know, Minor 49ers even, that's not a great villain. And then the Mystery Machine to have no villain at all. Hopefully they're just kind of testing the waters to see if this catches on, so that they can do the creature from the bottomless lake. They can do the those skeleton ghosts. They can do the classic green ghost. They can do the good humor ice cream ghost. They can do the 10,000 watt ghost. There's so many. Do the ghosts from the first live action movie. Anyway, of these 3, do you know who came first? If you guessed Charlie, the android, the Funland robot, you are correct. 1969, it was an episode called Foul Play in Funland. So we're going to open this guy first. Well, first of all, why is Scooby-Doo hiding in a trash can? Because everything in the theme park is mysteriously running by itself. But that's not all. That since Scooby running, a mysterious robot is chasing him. Kids will love recreating this favorite Scooby-Doo adventure or creating new adventures of their own. Not great copy, and I'm really surprised they didn't mention that the android's name is Charlie. I mean, they reprogram him in the episode, and he becomes like a nice robot.
A robot.
Okay, Scooby in trash can. Zoinks. Alright. Super basic figure, basic gimmick. It's really about the robot Charlie, who was kind of a letdown as a villainous figure anyway, because it's not a guy you can unmask, you know? It's just a really boring looking robot. It's probably the most boring Imaginext figure ever in all their lines. Okay, maybe not ever, but currently available. Definitely the most boring figure. So, of these two, do you know who came next? That's right, it's the Snow Ghost. 1970 episode called That Snow Ghost. How do you trap a snow ghost? Quick freeze it in a giant ice cube, maybe? Well, that's what Velma and the gang try to do when they're chased around a spooky ski resort by a snow ghost that's no ghost at all. It's Mr. Greenway, the resort. Spoiler alert! It's Mr. Greenway. How cool to recreate this chilling Scooby-Doo adventure. Okay, well, there's Mr. Greenway in a big ice cube. This is kind of a, as far as the, like, accessories go, this is kind of cool. Let's get Velma out of there and get Mr. Greenway, spoiler alert, Snow Ghost mask from 1970. And that's Snow Ghost. It's Mr. Greenway. So they have this whole Yeti series going on right now, Imaginext does. So I guess they went with him to crossover with the Himalayan Yeti playset figure series subset, whatever you call it. And then they did the Mummy to go with their Egyptian theme set. And here's Velma. Pretty well designed, pretty well painted. And then our last pack features Mr. Hyde. And this is from an animated movie that came out in 1972 with Sandy Duncan's Jekyll and Hyde. Featuring Sandy Duncan. Daphne and Scooby-Doo gang are investigating jewel robberies by the ghost of Hyde. But all the clues they're following lead them to Dr. Jekyll. Kids will love recreating this mystery and discover where the jewels are hiding. Wah, wah. Daphne and Mr. Hyde. This is the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Daphne. Looking good. Look at this odd waist articulation with the skirt. Okay. And then we got Mr. Hyde, aka Dr. Jekyll. And he stole this really crummy looking. What kind of necklace is that? Bro, that is huge. That's just like a rope. That's a gangsta Flavor Flav necklace. Alright, alright. Guys, there are the, what do you call them? The intro packs. The cheap packs for the new Imaginext, Scooby-Doo, Fisher-Price, Mattel, Toy Line. And I probably will not even get the Mystery Machine because I don't care too much for the mystery solving crew. I just want the villains, and that doesn't have a villain. That's going to be expensive to get Miner 49er, who's a really lackluster villain. So I'll definitely, when I find him, I'll get the other two. I like Piscine humanoids. I like Gillman from the creature from the Black Lagoon, and these fish freaks definitely take on his appearance. I believe the Mummy is kind of a disappointing villain, but it is classic. Dr. Najib, 1969 episode, Scooby-Doo and a Mummy 2. So that'll bring the villain count to, let's say I do get Miner 49er, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 villains. They could have and should have done 7. Hopefully there'll be more. My name is toyinsanity. I collect it so you don't have to. And I'll catch you next time. We do toy reviews and we do unboxings every single day. Check us out, like, subscribe, and check out the Imaginext Scooby-Doo toy line. Later.